Hey there, mateys. This is Discover Scouts and Pirates of the Caribbean film series here. Today's Wednesday, May 10th, 2018 today. So, welcome back to Pirates of the Caribbean Movie Madness today. So, continuing on Dem and Tale and Tales today. So, to be continued on 2 hours and 30 minutes today. So I'm gonna do today in about escape from the St. Martin's to destruction and the pirate fleet today. So we do the Jack sleeping about the key there, and they didn't know the shock there. They just have the people in there with red coats for he didn't like it of the pirates, but he does that sleeping with a drink rum, and it just almost about sophisticated to the lieutenant commander and commodore, if does matter, if how is it Jack doing here, and is it Gibbs, Marty, Scrum, and Jay Ballard and Cremble. So the opportunity for Jack Sparrow's escape for St. Martin about year 1751. That things about the fifth movie, and I've kind of it feels kind of the few doesn't mean to about some the housebane chariots. It looks like about the six horse like a starboard did, and that's to have the good choice of what they did to them in one of the good moments, and maybe sub Jack and then the pirate just robbed the bank, and will like St. Martin's did, and it was some red coast is chasing the buildings with the paddy wagon in, and much like if unstringed the ties there for the Korea's chase, and might be depressing. Might be depressing running over around the city and the ground streets, and Jack almost shot by all the redcoats did, so and that woman just slept there about just passed out. She's freaking out and running away, and she gets the two pointing on it till he gets fired, and it gets about get shots fired, and just run along for it's not a part of it's not part of the plan, eh? The Jack was tying himself up for the left legs. He has a net. He has a the rope. It has a the golden rope on it. They're dropping over the coins. Maybe Jack was disappointed for why they're doing it. Why they empty it. It's only one coin left, and the Jack has one loss to the captain. He lost his ship. He's lost his crew. He lost his crew. He's sorry for them by Gibbs did, and maybe the woman and then the pirate are allowed here in the bookstore, so the pantry, the inside there, and one of that British dudes, and this is witch. There's no woman allowed. This is witch, pirate. It's a witch of the pirate. There were jokes. There's some rumble. The destruct that's going on. Destruct they're running around to continue. Lieutenant officer is just chasing the hunting Karina Smith. She just falling over by Jack with the farmer wagon in for two horses. If that really pains for them, he almost get it escape out of her, and some like the Castle Bridge fort, and maybe the bank housing was destroyed. they'll make up the block. Some like one of those on sleeping in for deleted scenes. For the Jack was slept to the ground and grass. Even most shores with it ran over to the dying girl with the small pirate ships. Most of them wanted them alone. And he opens the bank closet, and there's no one robbery. There's no one treasure on it. The treasure from Spanish Royal Navy was also they messed up. So one coin left for Jack, and there says it's empty. His bottle was shocking there, with the black pearls is on still the bottle, and when the pearls was getting out, when it's gonna do the pearl out from Blackbeard, he's gonna do occasionally special to lose his crew, his ship, and his friends. And Gibbs says sorry for Jack, while he's doing it eliminated. When the Jack puts the bottle of the pearl, and he had a failed a bad choice. But Henry was shackled, was at the medical center safe room, and Scarfield learns Henry Turner's lesson from his job. His job was lost. He was a treason. And the pirates and Ghost was destroyed on British ships. Monarch was Salazar killed Captain Tom. That was the Salazar kills Tom's. He was the captain on the ship. He was in the British Navy from St. Martin. It was the Hunty pirate ships. It was shocking, and Bloody Rose was destroyed by the Salazar ships. Was the Ghost ships? Was on the foggy. It looks like about hot water on it on the night. Henry was in solitary temporarily. Was done in his job. Wasn't that very shackled there. His leave was a treason. What did Tom did to him? And he goes back to work. He's going back to his job, and Karina wears the doctor's hood. She meets Turner, and his father, and his father Will Turner. He's breaking out for the Trident Poseidon on his way out to be the Ocean Occurrence, the Curse of the Flying Dutchman about 8 years ago. Year 1742, it was that happened about involved to seem really legitimate talked about and the red crystals does have it about where the red light does. It looks like the red flower on the sunrise. The sun was red, was on the sky. It's up there. It seems like reason to be the search for the Trident Poseidon. Karina finds out her father, and she will have to enjoy this. Then Karina was arrested by lieutenant officers, and she escaped from the medically shackle cuff. It looks like about handcuff. And that reason we could he's find a way to the witch. He would handle her witch. While Jack was walking outside the rain, he was sturdy and falls over to the wood fence. He fell to the mud ground, and with the two farm pigs was just scare away for a little bit. but he goes to the tavern yarns. Um, but he traced the compass for the he gives his drink. But he says one of the old British pirate guy says, "Show me your silver." But Jack says, "Give me the bottle, and I'll have a trade." Boom. His compass, what looks like about the earthquake. Silent Mary and the Salazar's crew was destroyed. The Devil's was disappeared. Devil's Triangle was destroyed every time to be coming to the sun for night, from the darkness to the sunrise, to see any time to be becoming ghost Spanish soldiers. So it's not the ghost pirates. It's this ghost Spanish Royal Navy. And those have been cursed about 51 years ago after the Silent Mary was cursed from for the Spanish ships was on 100 cannons estimated. When the Salazar was the saying, he could hear Jack Sparrow's on the disappearance. Jack Sparrow's his compass. His ships was free. Salazar and his crew his ships was free. And but it is his time to hunt all the pirates and the night fleets in the seas. And he says pirate's life. He just goes back outside to drinking. He shot it with a musket shot. He shot the bottle by the red coat did. The red coat with his the musket rifle. His temporarily was arrested. He was temporarily arrested, taking him away to his prison. When they Henry did watch it over to Jack's capture, they were saying, he's saying, I will never be executed and be figuring that out. Never be exhausted. That could be a process. So, Seven Seas to the Ocean. Red Dragon's survival for the Barbossa's fleet on the St. Martin, and wanted to look down there like a water screens, like a bucket, water screens on the bucket, and he looks over to the right. There's the ghosty bird. It looks like looks like about transform from the animal to the ghost to the dead bird. It looks like the ghostly. It was the terrifying villains all of the fifth movie Dead Man Tell the Tales. When the lightning struck was shock, and the Silent Mary was able to destroy to engage the red dragon, and when he screams and screeches by the bird, and when the Silent Mary was destroyed, the half of the ship for the red dragon, it should be the first sunk. When all the pirate was killed, and it could be involved, all of it involved, when it did about Jointed Lurk, Golden Pheasant, and Rising Phoenix. One of four ships decides to see any time the battle after he finds out stealing his red coats to find the Jack Sparrow the pirate. That he's in the prison to talk about his father, his mother, and about Elizabeth Swan. He's doing a conversation to the Butcher of the Sea, El Matador Del Mar, and the devil battle of the Devil's Triangle. He never sees him about Will Turner is born, and when they see Jack Sparrow, so he's younger than in about 1700s. Salazar was born unknown as about 60, and he was about takes 91 years old. He still is about a little bit younger, where J.V. Barnum plays known as Salazar. When the Salazar was fighting Jack Sparrows to kill his last pirate, he he's saying we talked about illegally to compromise and engage the words about the fifth movie of Jack Sparrow's. So why did Wicked Winds Falls to become the Black Pearl? When Henry was talked to Jack, he's coming from Salazar. He has to record. He has to be done. So on the night of the pour on the ship, Queen Anne's Revenge has been built by the new red sails, new woods. And that's the good news from old. So Barbossa's new cabin for Blackbeard is sophisticatedly, so it's temporarily Mola the Mortar to talk to the captain. He felt busy while he was listening to in the violence, trumpet, and all the violence the violence looked like about the orchestra and the captain's cabin sound and music. And that's a good reward to do. And maybe Barbossa's got the breaking news about some night fleet was sunk by the ghost Spanish ships. So this isn't about the ghost pirate ships. It is to the ghost Spanish ships. When Salazar was it looks like about the ghost Spanish soldiers. It was from Spain. It was supposedly about Golden Phoenix, Rising Phoenix, and Jaunty Look. Was three of them was sunk. When the five of them more was destroyed, all of the pirates and the ships pirates was sunk and killed, and he gets the victory. What did a literary supposed way they did. That we seen the good points, guys. And when Barbossa finds a way to see which is in there, he pays for he pays it goes in there. Shanson was searching for Sparrow, Smith, and Turner. So the opportunity for watch you over to search for the Trident Poseidon, and Barbossa looks over to react to the seas of the five ships. When they caught out in the 9-hour battle, and those that the victorious, the one that they know over the Atlantic Ocean there in the Caribbean Sea, and that could be the Ruddy Rose, Red Dragon, Queen Anne's Revenge, and the Black Pearl did. Once it looked like about like behind the scenes for last 3 years ago. They're made out for put the production. They're confirming to over about 2 hours and 10 minutes ago. There are a lot of the millions of people who know that Pirates Fifth movie. When Shansa was reveals to find Jack the truth about Salazar's curse, and to get a deal with his Capitan. Whether Jack gets out of the prison, whether he gets caught at the grasp by the two redcoat soldiers, and his uncle was seen about a very long time. He was a call in Victor, but he says thank you. He knew that find a way to his father and his brother Victor, and he showed how to thanks, and they're going to the execution. They don't know breaking his neck, cut off one of the pirate dude's neck, and they have no idea. They have no idea whether they have supposed to do something. Jack and Karina was both of them executed out for they seem to the guillotine, hanging neck with the rope, until about the next timings for interrupted. She says quiet, yellingly echo. And Karina was not a witch. She was an astronomer. She was an astronomer on her father. Jack can say he was the pirate. He was a captain. The naughtiest pirate. He was a good idea when Henry was tell Gibbs, Marty, Scrum, Jib, Ballard, and Crumble, and there he needs them for help. For Jack was going to get a execute. He ambushed when a lot of people are guys, and guys and dudes, and they're fighting over to distract them, stop it. And he says it could be a dead vision with the boy. He says no, I just got a diversion. He says fire. Cannon fire with the guillotine was destroyed. He's swinging around like roller coasters, like a circle around, and it's from two escapes, anybody, everything, you know. Sometimes we would defend against the British Empire. When they're fighting each other, and when the chariots was breaking to the guillotines, it released Jack, and tying up his back in the wood, tying us to the back in the mechanery wood. That's all they do. Is all they know is almost get about is almost to choke Karina. He says by Henry. But they did rescue for helper. These two of them about to be repayments to get to the Trident. When he gets back to the ship, when the Dingo was released to free to go to the open seas, so he chilled up. And Barbossa discovers the Queen Anne's revenge to the Silent Mary, and he finds the way to deal with the Salazar, which he finds Jack winning the Trident, and he walking out towards his Spanish ships. He opens the hole like a jaw, the Megalodon, Charybdis in the Kraken's mouth, and he was legitimate almost destroyed his ship from the former Blackbeard ships. He says, Echo, Capitan Salazar, I'm here to look in the Jack Sparrow. He stopped his destroying ships, and the Spanish ghost was jumped down his new ship. He leaped down to the mutiny. And Salazar's last jumped down to the Barbossa's behind his back. And his means to the good unfriend Hector Barbossa. He was a good pirate. He was a still privateer from the Great Britain and King George's from last year. From apparently when the Salazar was still on the privateer. It looks like about the pirate. Where the Salazar says, this pirate might be the corvette in the condition, eh? But he says continually, what about this? One of the taposaurs? One of the men would die. We would just be quicking. Ding! And just a one kill pirate. And two tapping his swords. That's a kill 2 pirates. Jing jing. He says, where's the Jack Sparrow? Jack was sailed to the Trident. He says the Trident controls the seas. He says no treasure in the deck. He points into his neck. Like he would have the Accord to deal with him. He says he was half of the crew. He tapped the 5 times of the day. That'll be 8 times. And the Spanish kills 5 men. And Barbossa goes to the board in his crew, board with his crew. When the Queen's revenge was abandoned of the seas and the winds and tides, Diane goes searching to find out to try to beside it on the Black Rock Island. It doesn't seem said before. I would never know. He would never know. We'll see it's about like mention of a kraken to mermaids, and the kraken doesn't talk to the mermaids like that. And sea monsters can't do that. There were enemies. There were like some Hades. There was a like Hades. Mermaids led by Poseidon, the god of the sea as well. When a jacket seems like that in the book, you mark up there. That marks up right there. It's shocking. It looks like about the maps up there. But I don't know. But he don't know why what is happening there. Henry was struck down to throw in at the water. Sharks on the boat. 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 They're funny. They're laughing at each other. And she says, frustratingly, filthy pirate. When Shansa looks at the prison for someone to mark on it like mathematics, algebra, and AP calculus. And Scarfield says when the Jack spell and the same pirate has the reason when the Shansa say Karina is not a witch, she is the witch. That he was afraid. And there was where the Scarfield and his crew will find a Triton, where the pirates were to figure that out. For finding a way Jack's foreignated one of the small dying ships was dying goal was find a way tonight. That could be confirmed. And the night followed in 7 seas, and Karina and Henry was find Will Turner's destroy his curse. His father was under a sea on the Davy Jones locker, and he's deleted scenes. He looks over to the pointing his Henry with his pistol, with flintlock. And that is that anything have the mankind. So you know. One of the thing that Henry finds his father, when the Karina her father was find a way to lost his plan. Lost his about she was born about 1732. She's continually 19 years old, and Henry was 21 when Henry and Karina would find a way out to the Triton. That's a good process to be continued. So very good today, guys. So don't forget to subscribe to more content today. Follow on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, or Finds Cameras, Tumblr, and more. Like to commit some links in the description of today. So just wanting to know what you're here today. Just follow wherever they can, guys. So love you guys. Feel free to death, guys. Feel free to freedom when you can. So don't forget. So keep it rich, minis.